In the previous video, I discussed a relative with a huge feminist chip on her shoulder that lives by the idea encapsulated in the phrase, "the personal is political." At the end of the comment chain, I said, "The personal is political is a truly evil way to conduct your life." I'm closing this account. Have a good day. Why did I say that it's evil? A huge part of getting along with other people is not doing stuff that you know will bother them. We've had some friction before. She posts political opinions all the time. I often disagree with these, and so do the facts. But I stopped paying attention to her posts, so I would not be tempted to argue with her and cause further friction. I'm trying to get along with my family member. This is a natural human thing to do. This conversation here was her commenting on one of my posts, not returning the same respect. So the conversation made it clear she did not intend to return respect for boundaries that I had given her, and here we go. The personal is political means the political is personal. It's a truly evil way of living because political issues inherently do not respect boundaries and dehumanize individuals in the pursuit of solutions to very broad issues. In practice, now our relationship is inflated in her head into a global power struggle that conspires to steal away her rights, her power, and even her bodily autonomy. My opinion makes me a mouthpiece of the entire male sex, white race, and everyone that isn't on her team. Her team. But out of 3.5 billion men and 760 million white people, I'm just one of them with one set of opinions and no power over her whatsoever. She has far more wealth and prestige than I do, and has thrown her degree weight around in comments. In fact, during a discussion we had about constitutional law, one of the discussions that triggered me to turn off all of her notifications so I wouldn't see what she was posting and I would leave her alone, she threw her degree around as some sort of proof that she had to be right and I had to be wrong because she was credentialed and I wasn't. And credentials don't help. Credentials do nothing to actually prove that something is true. Just because you are reputable doesn't mean you're right. We'll get into that in a moment. The personal is political inevitably leads to this sort of narcissistic, paranoid, delusional view of the world, where everything is anti-her, and everyone who disagrees is evil for doing so. Unfortunately, because of this fantasy, nothing is off limits as a tool to bully others into submission and, if not agreement, at least silence. During this conversation, in less than 10 messages exchanged, she managed to turn the conversation from "do your research before repeating things or you'll look stupid and untrustworthy" to "I only talk to you because you're family, but if you don't agree with me, I won't talk to you anymore." And this sort of psychological bullying is perfectly okay in her mind because the personal is political. Family isn't relevant. I'm either with her or against her. I'm either in solid agreement with her opinion or I'm the Trump-tard caricature. I am pure, concentrated hate against her on every level. But the truth is I'm simply just a person in her family that doesn't agree with her beliefs, who went out of his way to avoid bringing up politics with her. For me, personal is personal, business is business, and politics are politics. Three separate issues entirely. I don't need a match in all three of those things to keep someone in my life. Those like her who consider the personal and the political to be inseparable are truly evil. Those like her who consider the personal and the political to be inseparable live a truly evil life, because the inevitable endpoint of that belief is soulless dehumanization and total disregard for individuality of others, ironically driven by a core belief that their own individuality is always under persistent, pervasive attack. When you truly believe that the personal is political, you have no choice but to behave as if no one else is a person of value. Once someone is no longer a valuable person to you, your inherent human compassion for them dissolves, and harming them is justifiable in the pursuit of stopping the collective evil that they are a part of. So if the personal is political, then, as the internet would say, you're literally Hitler.